Anyone in the audience like to talk to us on this one? Yeah, please. Mr. Brown.
Doug Brown, Delta Counties Coalition. I'll try and keep this short due to the hour, but I'm just a little confused as related to these exemptions, the local government general plan amendments, and I tried to read through the statutory exemptions quickly. The only one I identified related to general plan amendments is related to the requirement for counties to implement the resource management plan from the Delta Protection Commission. But I don't think any other general plan amendments are actually exempt.
I agree.
Okay, so that is the one
that's
focused on. And is the concern there that the Delta Protection Commission might do something in adopting their plan that would be inconsistent with co-equal goals?
I hope not. I think it's more just that may in fact rise to the level of a covered action and require that kind of analysis by the counties or by the local government entities.
Okay.
So,
it just seems strange to me that if we're looking at what the Delta Protection is doing, and they're required to comply with the Delta Protection Act, and I would assume they would need to, whatever they're implementing, would need to ensure that they're consistent with the co-equal goals.
I think that's true.
And
So it's not, I don't see it as a really big issue,
Okay.
but it's just something, it's like, do we want to just automatically say something that could be as significant as that is not a covered action?
Okay. And then on the exceptions identified in the CEQA guidelines, I assume those are exceptions that would make a categorical exemption no longer apply.
That's correct.
And so it seems, I guess, kind of circular in that we're saying that if it's statutorily or categorically exempt, then it's unlikely to have a significant impact unless...
Barring unusual circumstances.
Barring the unusual circumstances, which means you wouldn't have a categorical or a statutory exemption.
That's probably true. That's
So,
a good comment. So I'll let
I think that, yeah, the initial comment that I made is that we're going to come back with some clearer language. But the idea is that in the CEQA context, you have categorical exemptions, and as you know, there are exceptions to those in unusual circumstances.
Yes.
Some projects may actually have significant adverse environmental impacts. For our purposes, we're concerned with projects that have significant impacts on the co-equal goals. So we're going to, there's a bit of they're related, but they're not exactly the same. So without debating hypotheticals, I think it would prove useful to, I think that stakeholders are receptive for the most part to this approach, as well as perhaps the board, and we will attempt to be clearer in the next go-round.
okay. I just think that the nature of categorical exemptions is they're exempt because they don't have any significant environmental effects. They're very small projects.
And therefore they shouldn't be.
And so therefore they shouldn't be covered actions. And so I would like the word to unlikely to be maybe a little stronger, more of a commitment to if it's categorically exempt or statutorily exempt, then it's not a covered action. But, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Grindstaff. I don't want to start another one that we're going to have to interrupt in a short period of time. I believe, unless you have follow-up questions, we're going to wind up starting on page
Since it's almost
page 14. GP Policy 1, Consistency, tomorrow morning.
A good meaty one to get into.
Something comes up. So, members, questions, comments, suggestions? Yes. Ladies, can we leave our material here? Okay, material can be left here. However, not your computer nor
your wallet.
Credit cards or other things are recommended.
I know.
All right. The meeting is adjourned until tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. Thank you very much.